Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're at Gary the Gear World headquarters here, and I thought I'd make a quick little video for you. I got a couple of things on a list, just a couple of short lists here. One is on etiquette, car show, car meet etiquette, and the other one's on displaying your car, tips on displaying your car. So it was kind of a rainy morning today. Kind of a gloomy day. I thought I'd take this opportunity to hit you with some of these things and see what you think. So car show etiquette, first thing on the list. Follow instructions when parking. So when you arrive at an event and they want you to park in a certain place, please do so. They're trying to arrange things a certain way and get so many cars into a certain size space. Make sure that you follow instruction. If you want to park with your friends or a club, make sure you all arrive at the same time so everybody can, get in beside each other and get organized that way. So it's real important to follow instruction. Some venues will do this and some won't, so that's really important. Don't touch the cars. Number two, don't touch the cars, don't touch the cars, don't touch the cars. So you have to be respectful of everybody's stuff, regardless if it's a 100-year-old paint job or a $40,000 paint job. We have to be respectful. I don't find this as a problem with participants so much as I do with spectators, and sometimes spectators need to be reminded. So actually I was at an event very recently where I caught an older elderly gentleman was leaning on a car to get a look at the engine compartment, and I did not correct him. This has kind of haunted me ever since, because probably this fella, every car he came into contact with, he was probably touching them, and the next person may not have been so nice to him. So it's really important to remind spectators and maybe participants in this case not to touch anybody's property. It's really important. Children and pets, be mindful. And children and pets, should you bring your kids to a car event, absolutely 100% bring your kids, but when you arrive, remind your kids there's no running around the cars and no touching the cars. Absolutely not. It follows that rule number 2. Don't touch the cars. And pets, should you bring pets to the car meet? Absolutely. I bring my dog personally. Certainly if the pavement's so hot it's sticking to your shoes, that's not a good time to bring the dog. Leave them at home. And all your pets got to be on a leash, 100%. Don't bring them unless they're leashed, and be mindful of that leash, especially if it's got metal objects on it. Clean up at venues. Don't leave a mess behind. Don't leave coffee cups, food containers, drink bottles, and that sort of thing. Always leave your venue as nice as you arrived. Really important. Number 5, probably the one thing that I see on this entire list that's a problem here in Saskatoon, and it's not at every event, but it does happen, leaving an event in a respectful manner. So this has happened a few times. Now you're not impressing anybody by flooring your car when you leave an event. Nobody is impressed, and it actually, quite frankly, makes everybody pissed off. It pissed off the people that put on the event, and it pisses off the people that own the venue, and it really makes us all as car guys look like complete banana heads to the general public. So you don't want to do this. There's a time and place for that sort of thing, and this is kind of a problem with a few guys in our community. 99% of the people that attend these events are very respectful and never do that. However, there's a couple of guys that feel that this is necessary. So while I'm talking about this, one of the events that I regularly attend was organized by an active RCMP officer, and he attends those events. So please be respectful, guys. Think about that next time you want to leave an event with the foot to the floor. Nobody's interested in hearing your 15-second quarter-mile car. Leave an event with your foot to the floor and open headers, all that kind of stuff. That's just ridiculous. So please stop doing that. Now, that was a very short list of etiquette. There is a longer list online if you want to. This is probably the most important things that I've marked down here. Now, tips on displaying your car. So when you guys are going out for ice cream or coffee with your buddies and you're just going wherever, there's no rules to doing that. Your car's not on display. However, when you enter an event, it's a scheduled event and you're actually displaying your vehicle, when you pull your car in to an event, it's on display. So you have to think of it as a display. So there's just a couple of tips I want to give you guys in regards to that. Now, this is the very first one. I don't see this very often, but I have come across it at a couple of events where people will park their cars, they'll pop the hood and they'll park their lawn chair right in front of the car. Well, I can't tell you how awkward this makes it, the whole deal. People can't get around to see your car, when, especially under the hood. You've got the hood up and you're parked right in front of it. No one's going to take the time to. In fact, most people, including myself, are going to skirt around your car and probably not even look at it. It makes it impossible to take a picture of or video. It's just a really awkward deal. So take your lawn chair, park it behind the car. If somebody wants to talk to you about the car, they're going to find you. So that's number one on the tip of displaying your car. Number two, and it's kind of the same thing. Don't sit inside the car. Bring a lawn chair for your wife or your buddy. Make sure you're parked out behind it. There's nothing more awkward than taking a video or a picture of a car and you look inside the window and somebody's sitting in there. That makes for kind of a weird deal. Number three, roll down your windows, guys. And not just your driver's window, but your passenger window. Make things so you can see inside the car, and I don't care if it's a restored interior or a ratty interior. Roll the windows down on both sides. If it's a sunny day, we can't see through the glass. We can't shoot through the glass with a camera. It makes it difficult, and it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. I mentioned this in a previous video when I want to really get a good look at the car. The interior is probably one of the most important things. You want to show that off, and people will look in there every time. So roll both windows down, guys. Really important. Don't leave articles inside the car. So there's nothing more annoying when somebody leaves a coffee cup or a drink bottle or articles of clothing inside the car. And I would rather see a 60-year-old ratty interior with moldy door cards than a custom interior with coffee cups and water bottles inside. That just it draws your eye from the prettiest interior there is. So it takes 5 seconds to take those articles, throw them in the trunk. Again, you got to think of this thing as a display. If you're just out for coffee with the boys or out for ice cream, your car's not, you do whatever you want. But when you're at an event, think of it as a display. Your car's on display. So take those articles, get rid of them, throw them in the trunk, and they're out of sight. Yeah, that's about it, guys. It's just now these are just tips. These are not rules and regulations. These are just little tiny tips that are important to me, but certainly you display your car how you feel see fit. Now, basically, it just makes things a lot easier to get around the car. It's the biggest honor to have people take photographs and video of your car. So think of it that way, and just follow those simple little tips. Certainly, if you guys got more things you'd like to add to this list, or you don't agree with some of the things on this list, let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear from you for sure. But yeah, a list of etiquette. Certainly that last one's really important. I noticed it's a bit of a problem with a couple of fellas here in our location, and some basic tips for you. So anyway, kind of a gloomy day outside. I thought I'd take this time to do a quick little video and share that with you. We don't all need reminders on this. A lot of us are veterans and really good at displaying our car and our conduct at the events. So, but yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon.